So I've just been on this road from the airport for about 20 minutes. Interesting to see people sort of like travelling that way, just on a car like that with their wind in their hair down the motorway. It's interesting. Other than that, everything looks perfectly normal, you know. Obviously Chinese characters on the road signs, they're green. Sorts of the Chinese characters would all look very European. In fact, even the fact that most things like here have got English on as well. And as well as the Deguchi sign, which I don't know how to say it in Chinese, but looks like Deguchi in Japanese, so it means exit. There's also the word in English for exit, and I understand that probably quite a few of the characters maybe, you know, really said, like in other than the fact that there was one simplified character said go car straight, so it says through lane. This is something about stone. I can get about 1 in 4 of the characters that they use. I get some idea of the meaning, but that's of course not enough to understand everything. But it just shows that there's a style. I've had a style in it, even without trying to do the characters. I've done Chinese with pinyin, but Japanese gives you a start. I only know a quarter of the characters of Japanese, a quarter of the Jojo characters, but it gives you something. It doesn't look entirely foreign. Out of the 5 on that, the 5 big ones on that, I knew 4 out of 5. Interesting to see just the Jing of Beijing on the car registration plates, and then a letter afterwards in English or in Latin letters, and then the rest of the car registration is in a mixture of Latin letters and numbers. There isn't an attempt to place anything particularly Asian other than the first character Jing for the capital. So we're coming off this airport road now. That's the first character of that is road, and the last one seems to be like Naraberu, like lining things up. Make is also there, the character for making is in there. There's a way, which is the second in my name there, and Harmony is there, the character of Harmony. Beijing as well. I was listening to the sound of the speech on the radio. I can't really follow much of that at all. Occasionally I can hear snatches of things that I don't understand, but it doesn't give you the whole. But like something like Romanian, where you don't have to learn much before you start picking up the topics that they're talking about on the news. With Mandarin, you don't really get much of a clue at all, unless you either know it or you don't.
我曾经遇到过，就是别的朋友给我讲说他遇到的一个朋友，就是装修的时候去买瓷砖，他真能坐那儿跟人去看一天，就是一上午。Some of that lovely Chinese architecture. I noticed the first thing I noticed is how close together they tend to build flats. So if they decided that an area is for the building of flats, then they build the blocks one right up next to each other, so that you could really imagine that. Well, you could really peer almost into your neighbour's house and see your neighbour undressing if you're not careful. I'm sure that would never cross anybody's mind in this country, but don't throw garbage. Obviously they have a issue with people throwing stuff out of their cars onto the road. That wouldn't
wouldn't be very nice. And no drunken driving, I should say so. 103.9 megahertz is the local radio station for the traffic. And that's exactly what this gentleman's listening to here, 103.9. I dare say they've got an awful lot of stations, but that's the, I suppose, the recommended traffic stations. In Europe, of course, we're moving away from FM altogether. Same BMW, same fonts as everywhere else. Beijing.这个车有啤酒。
啤酒？
啤酒。
什么啤酒啊？
啊？啤酒。
你那后边有啤酒？喝的啤酒啊？啤酒飞机让带吗？
啤酒
飞机让带吗？
飞机
啊。
飞机啤酒。
飞机啤酒不让带呀。
我听不懂。我的中文不好。
好。
哪里？I could hear a lot of ling in the radio then. That's 00, probably giving out telephone numbers. That may be my first conversation with somebody that really doesn't know any English at all, and didn't do very well, did I? I love the cartoons that they have with elephants standing on cars and things.